I don't know if you've ever had this experience, but I have many times. And that is, I'm about to do a sales call, I'm about to meet with a client, or I'm about to do something that requires that I have a high level of energy, that I'm excited, that I am in a frame of mind where I totally believe in this thing that I'm doing so that I can hopefully make the sell. So right before I'm about to do the sales call, I am bombarded with bad information or negative information or a problem or another fire. And more than likely, when I was brought up to speed on this fire that we've got to deal with, or something that's going wrong, or some client that's not happy, there's really nothing I can do with it in the moment, because all I can do is receive that information, but I now have to immediately take care of my sales call or go meet with the client to give them an estimate or whatever. And so I have to shift from the negative mood almost instantly into being Mr. Positive and excited and happy and certain of what I'm selling. If you've ever experienced that, you know how negative bad information is in terms of your energy level and your mood, and how it can hinder you from being a really great salesperson. Case in point, a really good friend of mine is in the industry of selling airplanes and helicopters, and his very top sales guy told him, I don't need to hear about the problems with the company. I don't need to hear about any negatives. I don't need to hear about any problems with the airplanes or helicopters or whatever it is that they're selling. He doesn't want any of the bad news. Just give me the good stuff. You guys work out all the other stuff. Don't tell me about it. I don't want to hear it, because my job is to be the salesman. My job is to sell a really rosy, wonderful picture of what's possible, and I cannot be bombarded with that negative information. And that's very true. Now, where I'm going with all of this is the very same thing is true in building your business. Now, you have to be aware. You have to be very aware of the problems. You have to be very aware of the fires. You have to be very aware of the reasons clients are canceling. You can't ignore that, but you've got to put that stuff on a shelf, and you've got to deal with it at the right time. And so the point of this is if you go through your business and your relationships and the employees and the outside relationships that you have, and your client list, and you think about everybody that drains the life out of you because they're constantly negative, they're constantly unhappy, you can think of all the things that when you wake up in the morning, they suck the life out of you. To be really successful, I gave the salesman example, but to be really successful as the business owner, you have to get that stuff out of your life. You have to cut off those relationships. You have to end those relationships. You have to get those people out of your business. You have to get those clients out of your business. You have to deal with whatever those problems are and those relationships are that are sucking the life out of you. If you don't, they will drain all the energy you have to the point that you'll never be able to build a great company. You have to have high levels of energy to be able to sustain what it takes to be, in my first example, a great salesperson, or in my bigger example, and the overarching point here is to be a great business owner that moves his organization forward, that grows his company, that leads his team. So whoever and whatever is sucking the life out of you, either deal with it and fix it in your in your company, or cut it out of your life. It will make all the difference. And I am speaking from experience. I have done this in many, many cases.